Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Uh, how are you? I hope you are fine and your days are going well. And inshallah, within short time, we'll meet again in the classroom, and you'll within very short time, the government will, inshallah, will open the class. Today, I will take class on theme writing. It is very important feature of your first paper, and in this topic, you will have to write a theme of a given poem or prose. And this covers 8 marks, and it will come in the writing part of your question paper. And it is a bit close to the question number 3 of your question paper. Question number 3 demands that you should write the summary of the given passage, which comes from your text. But theme is a bit different. A given poem or story may come from text or outside the text. Today, our learning outcome will be, we will know about theme. What is theme? You will come to know it. And you will be able to identify the theme of poetry. So what is theme and how to identify theme from a poem? You will be able to know after the class. And you will be able to write themes of the poems. Okay. That means 3 things. You will today will learn about 3 things. One is what is theme. 2, how to identify themes from the poem. And 3 is how to write the theme of the poems. And writing theme is very much important, and you will be judged in the examination on the basis of your writing. So this is definition of theme, and I have collected all these materials from internet. And what is theme? Theme is actually the main idea of a poem, or we can say that the main point on which the poet tells something to us. The theme is the, in a sense, you can say that theme is the message that the poet or the writer wants to convey. So what is written here? The theme in a story is its underlying message or big idea. In other words, what critical belief about life is the author trying to convey in the writing of a novel, play, short story, or poem. That means theme is the message that is, or the big idea. The idea which is given in the story is called theme. In other words, what critical belief about life is the author trying to convey? What is the author thinks about the life or the society? He just put it into words. That in the poetry or in the story, that is written under a story or an imaginary thing, or because poet or writer doesn't give the portrays the real picture under cover or in disguise of another of its story. Okay, so in the upper above the surface you will see one thing, but when you will think deeply, you will find that the poet or the writer is giving actually a message. So this is his critical thinking about life. This belief or idea transcends cultural barriers. It overcomes the cultural barriers. It is usually universal in nature. The thinking, say a poet is thinking from his reading table, but it covers the whole world. That is why it is considered that it is universal in nature. When a theme is universal, it touches on the human experience. If a theme is universal, it is said that it touches the human experience. That means it comes out of the human experience, the experience that we get there in our life, regardless of race or language. And it covers the race. It covers race, language, and it is such a thought which is the thought of every race and every language. It is what the story means. That means it is the inner meaning of the story. Often a piece of writing will have more than one theme. Generally, we consider that writing may have one theme, only one theme. It may happen, but sometimes the writer provides more than one theme. Multiple theme comes in the storyline. Now, theme is the, in short or in fine, we can say that theme is the underlying message of a poem or a prose or a story or a novel. The message, the main message of the poem or the writing. Now come to the next slide. We see that here it is written that no story is complete without a few essential elements. So no story is complete without few essential elements. So everything is made of some components. So poetry or literature is not out of that. And in literature, when you will analyze a literary piece, you will find that there is characters, there is setting, there is plot, and there is conflict and other things. I mentioned 4 things here. The characters. Characters is the important feature of a literary piece, because literature is about life. Is literature is the depiction of, or is the picturization of our life, our society. So the characters is important and they will come in the story. And literature tells about our life. So the people who take part in the action of the story are called the characters. So whenever we will read a literary piece, we need to concentrate on the characters who are playing a role in this story. The first question will raise. Then the setting, where the story is taking place. The story, is it in a rural background, or is it in a urban background, or is it in a school, or is it in the nature? So we have to find out that thing at the time of reading the literary piece. Then the plot. Plot is the compilation of the events, or it may that means the event that takes place in that happens in the story, in the process of the story, is called plot. There may be a single plot story, there may be multiple plot story. Conflict, and this is very important. In every story there is some conflict. That's so what is the definition given here? The struggle faced by the main character that must reach a resolution. That means in our life we face problems. In the story we'll find that the characters are also facing a certain problem or a range of problems. So these problems, the writer tries to find out the solution of this problem, and these are called conflict. So I hope before when you will read the poem or prose, you will have to look into these things. You have to find out the characters, setting, plot, and conflict. How to identify the theme of a poem? First, we'll read the poem, then we'll find out the plot, setting, characters. Then our target to write the theme of the poem is to ask few questions. We have to ask few questions to us. What are they? The first question is, are there any words or phrases or actions that are repeated? That means, is there any word or is there any question which is coming again and again? If there is such type of word or words, you have to pick it up, because this word is important, because it is coming again and again. That means the poet is giving emphasis on this word. Then the question is, what is the lesson the character learned at the end? Then, so just to make it clear, the message, the teaching, or that the character the characters earn at the end of the story, or at the end of the poem. So ending part of the poem is very important. There the writer gives the real message in the second portion. First portion of the poem or the story is the beginning of the storyline, what is about the story. Then in the in the last portion, it will he will give us some suggestion how to solve it. So the teaching of the poem is we have to question, what is the teaching of the poem? What the character learned from the poem? What does the poet teach his readers? So this is almost same. Why has the author chosen this particular subject? Now you will find that there is a teaching, the characters learn something. But why this learning is important? We have to make a question on this thing. And if we ask this question and some answer will come, then you have to write on that answer. That means you the teaching of the passage or poem or the story and its connection with the society is important thing. You will have to be sure of this thing. And then last question, what are the large issues or universal concept the poet is talking about in this poem? So it is almost same to the previous one. That means why the subject matter is chosen and what is the universal message. If you can find this out, then you are at the finishing line of your understanding of theme. Okay, then there are some common themes in these slides. I'm showing you some common themes that comes in the poem. Compassion, that means sympathy, empathy for someone. Courage, the brave thing. Death and dying. Death is a very common theme of writing. Honesty is there, loyalty is there, perseverance is there, importance of family in man's life is there, benefits of hard work. So if you are industrious, you will do good in your life. This is the common theme of today's of literary writings. And the power of love, friendship, are the important themes of poetry, because we are social being, and our social construction, our social society, the base of our society is love and friendship. We make a society with the person with whom we have the understanding, we have the same thoughts, we have the same cultures. Then revenge is another important theme. Redemption is salvation. That means how man can get salvation. It is one of the theme. And one theme is not written here, is that man's love for nature. Nature is a very important theme of poetry. So among these themes, death, love, friendship, nature, revenge are the most common themes as we find in the literature. Okay, so we are going to the next slide. In your question in the exam, theme, as I told earlier, theme the topic, the given poem may be from the text or maybe outside the text. So today I have given some poems here in my lecture, but though there are classes on these poems, but for the sake of understanding theme, I have to give it again. So this is the writing of William Shakespeare, and William Shakespeare's drama As You Like It is a famous one, and from that drama play, from that play, these lines, it is actually a song, and it has been taken from As You Like It, and it is about some human relationship and the importance of some say love, friendship, etc. in man's life. And there is a hinted suggestion for us or for everybody, is that how should we love look like, how should be friendship look like. Okay, say I will, as our class time is limited, and I will move quickly through this poem. Say I will not sort out every lines of this problem, just skim through it. Blow, blow the winter wind, thou art not so unkind. Blow, blow the winter wind, thou art not so unkind. You are not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Man's ingratitude is very much unkind. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen, although thy breath be rude. Hey ho, sing hey ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is fading, most loving mere folly. Then hey ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Freeze the bitter sky that does not buy so nigh as benefits forgot. Though the wind water swap, thy sting is not so sharp. As friend, remember not. Hey ho, sing hey ho unto the green holly. Okay, say maybe this poem is for me for the first time. I'm reading it for the first time. So on what things I will concentrate. So let's see. Here is winter wind. Here the green word green is here. Winter wind is here, and then water is here. Then so freeze, coldness, freeze. The water word freeze is here. So all these words, freeze, water, winter wind, these are connected to nature. So this poem is somehow connected to nature. So we have to get it. Then who is talking? As it is though art, as here somebody are they are talking to the you, though it the word thou came, that means to you, though. So first person is talking to the second person. Okay, and who is the second person? The nature is the second person. First person is man. And then come to these words. I have painted red or marked with red is man's ingratitude. And man's ingratitude, মানুষের কি অকৃতজ্ঞতা. Then there comes the word friendship is feigning. That means friendship is full of folly, and it's not trustworthy. This friendship is not loyal one. Most friendship is feigning. That means most friendship is full of subterfuge, and most loving mere folly. So these all are comic items. Love has become a comedy. That means there is no seriousness in love. Okay. And then come benefits forgot. We got the word ingratitude in the first portion of the poem. Then comes the word forgot, benefits forgot. That means you helped a person, but that person forgot your help. This is indicating in this word. Then friend remembered not. When your friend forget you, that hurts. So nature, the winter season is the harsh season. Among the seasons of the nature, winter is the is a very rude and harsh season because of its cold temperature. But in that cold, you can survive that cold, but you cannot survive, or you cannot tolerate ingratitude, benefits forgot, and friends remembered not. That means you, if your friend forgets you, if your benefit is forgotten, if your benefits are forgotten, and if you see that men are not grateful, then you cannot tolerate that thing. So bad nature and bad qualities, characteristics of man, these are compared here. So these are the from here, from these points, you have to write your theme. One thing, important thing I must say, in the exam, you have to write the theme within 50 words. Yeah, 50 words. And you may go only above 50, up to 60. But you have to keep in mind that 50 words in your sense. You have to complete your writing within 50 words. So here lies your excellence. If you are a good, you have good reading capacity, you can comprehend the poem, then you have to be a good writer, because you have to express your thoughts or your understanding within 50 words, within the limitation of 50 words. So there lies your test. You will be tested in that case. Okay. So, from the first point, we have to came to understand that how words are important, and we have to analyze those words. Which words are important? Not every word is important for writing theme. There are some significant words at the time of writing. Here is another text, poem from your text. It is written by W.B. Yeats, and it is called, the title of the poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree. The Lake Isle of Innisfree. So from the title, we come to know that it is also related to nature. Okay. And I'm reading it quickly. I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree, a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 beans rows will I have there, and a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. There are midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. I will rise and go now, for always night and day. I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the roadway and on the pavement's gray. I hear it in the deep heart's core. So what we see, I will arise and go now. These lines came twice in this poem. In the very first line, I will arise and go now and go to Innisfree. The poet is expressing his desire to go to the Innisfree lake area, and he's telling it again. I will arise and go now, for always night and day. This time he's added that for always night and day. That means it's time to go there for good. And another important thing is that the second last line, the pavements gray, and the line before it, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavements gray. That means he's in the pavements. Where will you get pavements? In the city area. Okay, there is, and he's sitting on the roadway on the pavements. That is gray. Color is gray. Dull color. Gray is a dull color, and that's why he is living in the city, but he wants to go to the lake area, where there is a noon full of purple. That means in the city the color is gray, but in the lake area you will get ranges of colors. Among purple is there, so there is a shipment of colors. The shipment of what's this shipment indicate? This shipment indicates that his life in the city is a boring one, but he hopes or he dreams a life. Our life is colorful. What will happen there? Will he make a society there? Will he take his wife? Will he take his family there or his friends there? No, he wants to live alone. who will who will be his friend? The bee, the trees, the forest, and the lake water, and the sound of the bees, the buzzing of the bees, and the sound of the lake water will be his musical company. Life will be charming in this lake. So you have to, and the cricket sings, cricket, Gigi Poka. So he loves to go to the lap of the nature because he doesn't like the grayness of the city life. And he wants to go there for always night and day. So these way, there are some words what will tell you that what is the poet wants to say. Okay, so you have to pick all that words in your thoughts. You have to pick and think over them, and then you have to weave your writing, but within 50 words. It's a good game. Poems may come from outside the textbook. Here is one for you. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Robert Frost is an American poet. W.B. Yeats was an Irish poet. William Shakespeare, British poet and playwright. And Robert Frost is an American romantic writer. This poem is will read a specimen answer, a model answer of theme on this poem. First, we just go through it very quickly and try to understand what we get from it. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. That means I'm in a position, I'm in an intersection, and from there, two roads is in front of me. There are two roads. Which roads I will choose? This is the question. Very critical part of a traveler's life. And sorry, I could not travel both. Be one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then looked the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. So one road looks like this, another road looks like that, and both true as far that passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So what is told here? Who is the speaker? The poet is the speaker. Here it is the first person point of view. Here I, the speaker is I. It may be the poet or someone else, but we will say that it is written in the first person point of view. What is the inner tone here? Confusion. That there are two roads. One is well used, another is almost unused. One road is very much well used, another is unused. What is common tendency? We all love to go to the used path. Chanapothe jawa bhalo. It is said, it is told in the society that always go to the Chanapot, Ghura holeo bhalo. Go take the known path. But the writer, the poet was confused. What he did at last, he took the one less traveled by. যেটা দিয়ে বেশি হাঁটা হয়নি সেটাই তিনি বেছে নিলেন, and that has made all the difference. সেটাই সব ডিফারেন্স তৈরি করে দিল, পার্থক্য তৈরি করে দিল। সবাই ডাক্তার ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হতে চায়, হচ্ছে চেনা পথে হেঁটে ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হলো, ডাক্তার হলো, কিন্তু কেউ একজন একটা অল্টারনেটিভ ট্র্যাকে গেল এবং সেখানে খুব ভালো করে ফেললো। সবাই ডাক্তার ইঞ্জিনিয়ার হলো, ভালো ডাক্তার ভালো ইঞ্জিনিয়ার, কেউ একজন এআর রহমান হয়ে গেল, সেটার একটা ডিফারেন্স তৈরি করে দিল। এআর রহমান is known to all, but all doctors is not known to all. All engineers are not known to all. Sometimes taking the less traveled path makes a difference. So the important thing is, first point of this poem, there is confusion. What to do? In man's life, there comes some certain point when man becomes confused, or man fell in a fix that what to do. Whether I will go to right or whether I will go to the left. But whatever the situation is, decision making is very much important. Decision making is very much important. Now we will go for we'll see a model answer of on the theme of the road not taken. We'll just read it, and this is the last part of our lecture today. The road not taken. Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken is a poem about the choices faced in life. About the choices in man's life. Okay. And to illustrate these choices, Frost uses a metaphor of a forked path in a wood. One way is well trodden and the other is fresh with grass. That means the use path, in the use path, overuse path, there will be no grass because people moves there regularly. The other is fresh with grass. The first symbolizes a safe, easy choice which others often take. The second, the one Frost chooses, is more risky and unknown. Frost regrets that he could not travel both, but just as life decisions are irreversible, the path he chooses leads on to further paths. That means, যে পথ দিয়ে তুমি একবার যাওয়া শুরু করবে সেই পথ তোমার জন্য অন্যভাবে অন্য পথ তৈরি করে দিবে, তুমি আর পেছন ফিরে আসতে পারবে না। তাহলে তোমার ডিসিশনটা তোমাকে একবারই নিতে হবে। What you want to do? Say you are in now in intermediate first year. Our society, your parents will tell you that just read this, read this. They will say this thing on the perspective of social values, on the social perspective. But if you are confident enough, then you can make a choice. And the confident person, a successful person, takes right decisions and he relies on his own decision. He takes suggestion, but decision is his own chapter. This is the message of the poem. Okay, so that's all for today. Inshallah, when the college will reopen, we'll meet in the classroom. if we are told to take online classes, we will also inshallah take online class. But one thing you should remember, stay safe and use mask and sanitizer and keep yourself clean. That's all today. Thank you. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum.